And welcome back to the Drivers Room. We're in the Sunday League again today. This is the first round of Season 4, Tier 1, racing at Kyoto Driving Park Yamagiwa in the Mazda RX-702 road cars. Everyone on sports soft tyres today. Let's see how qualifying went. On pole position today we have Martin B, back-to-back Sunday League champion now. He grabbed the Tier 1 championship by 8 points last season with a stunning win in the final round. Sticks it on pole again for the opening race of the season. Let's see how he does today. Second place on the grid today we have Awesome Alex, runner up to Martin B twice now, as Alex's reign of dominance in the Sunday League comes to an end for the time being. Can he fight back in Season 4? Let's see how he does. Third place on the grid today we have Drsl. Missed a bit of Season 3, never really got himself up to speed, but when on form is one of the few people in Tier 1 who can really take the fight to the top drivers. See how he gets on from P3 today. Fourth place on the grid today we have Flapjack, another improving driver who had a good charge to a fourth place finish overall in the championship last season. Definitely one to watch in Season 4. Fifth on the grid today we have Wilco, finished 8th overall in Tier 1 last season. Never really seemed to click with the car and track choices, apart from of course his maiden victory in the F1500 in round 3. A good qualifying performance today, starting from 5th. Sixth place on the grid today we have Mungino, only 5 rounds registered last term for Mung, who did pick up podiums in rounds 5 and 8. Finished 9th overall, so definitely be looking to improve on that in Season 4, I would have thought. 7th place on the grid today we have Kuska, absolutely blitzed the competition in his debut season in Tier 2, taking 4 wins in 6 races and wrapping up the title by a clear 19 points in the end. Let's see how our Tier 2 champion does, starting from the midfield today. 8th place today we have NJR Mercer, outstanding season for Mercer last term, nabbing 3rd spot in the championship overall by a single point in the end. Consistently in the hunt for podiums last season. See how he does, starting from 8th today. 9th place on the grid today we have Murkoff, a steady season for Merck last term, just missing out on the podium in round 3 was his best result. Finished 11th in the championship overall, 1 point behind his brother Rocker. Hopefully looking to amend that this season. 10th place on the grid today we have Mr. Sean. Form seemed to dip a little bit for Mr. Sean towards the end of Season 3 after a really strong few opening rounds. End up slipping back to 7th place in the table overall. Has a lot to do, starting from 10th today as well. In 11th place today we have Speed 140, finished 3rd in Tier 2 last season with some very strong performances including podiums in rounds 4 and 8. So should be very competitive in Tier 1, has a lot to do, starting from 11th today. And 12th place on the grid today we have Rocker, finished 10th in the Tier 1 championship overall last season, most importantly claiming the scalp of his brother Murkoff, finishing a solitary point above him. Let's see how the sibling rivalry carries on this season, but that rounds off our grid walk for today. Let's get underway. Here we are then, about to get underway for Drivers Room Sunday League, first round of Season 4, Tier 1, Kyoto Driving Park Yamagiwa. Martin B sticking on pole, carrying on the form that's done him so well in his previous 2 seasons. So back-to-back Drivers Room Sunday League champion leads us away for the first race of the season, and this is Drsl taking a look into T1. I think he's on the outside there. I think Alex might just hold on to this, as they will. We'll see if I drop into single file. So they come to the end of this little straight here into the S's here. Alex retains 2nd place for now, as Kuska up into 6th place. Mungino and Merck running close together as Merck's dropped a place. Mungino's dropped a place, sorry, got Merck up to 8th. MDL Mercer in 9th. Yeah, Martin B out in the lead of the race at the moment. Top 4 really close together still. Wilco and Kuska fighting for 5th and 6th. And it looks like Mungino's had a really good exit out of that. Long left hand, a bit of contact into the chicane there with Wilco, I think. And Wilco's lost the back ends, he rejoins it, he's completely lost the back end there as he rejoins the track, and there's all sorts of carnage. in the midfield pack there. That's Cusker getting away from all that. We've got Rocker up into 6th place now, so avoiding all that carnage completely. Mr. Sean up into 7th as well. Mungino slots back into 8th. MJR Mercer 9th. But yeah, Wilco having a big incident there, dropping right back to 11th place. Going sideways across the exit of the chicane, collecting a few cars. This is Mungino having a nibble at Mr. Sean as well by the looks of it. But yeah, Rocker the big winner there, up to 6th place, as Mr. Sean up to 7th as well. Really capitalising on a few drivers' misfortune there. So Wilco just getting a little bit loose on the exit of the final corner as well. As we've got Merck down to 12th now. So Merck's probably lost out in all that, as he was running higher up the grid. So Mungino leading this pack into turn 1. Come back to this in a minute. Back to the lead of the race, Martin B still doing a good job out in front. Alex in 2nd, Drsl in 3rd. And does look like Cusker is closing the gap up to the top 4 at the moment. The Tier 2 champion definitely has a lot of pace, but yeah, Rocker in clean air now in 6th, doing a good job. Mr. Sean 7th, Mercer up into 8th. A little bit wide there. Speed 140 up into 10th as well, so another Tier 2 guy. Should go well this season. He has a little bit of a look at the entry into the chicane. Should be a pretty comfortable move there as he keeps control of the back end. Yeah, good move up to 9th. There's Mungino down to 10th early on in this race. Wilco in 11th, Merck in 12th. And Drsl picked up a 2.5 worth of penalty somewhere. That's going to obviously cost him his clean race bonus, but he does have to ditch that somewhere, and he's got Flapjack all over his bumper at the moment. And that is Drsl running wide on the exit of the chicane there. Flapjack up to 3rd. Cusker get a look into the final corner. He's on the outside. I think Drzl's done just enough as they merge into each other there. But no, Cusker does hang it round the outside. So Drsl back into 5th place there with a little bit of a mistake, as MJR Mercer moves himself up into 7th. As it looks like Mr. Sean's had an incident somewhere as he's getting swallowed up by this pack behind now. Dropping through the field. Now the poor exit out of the final corner by the looks of it. So yeah, Rocker's still in 6th. You've got Mercer up into 7th now. Speed 140 in 8th. Mungino 9th. Mr. Sean down to 10th. Wilco still in 11th, recovering. Merck in 12th. IB still doing a good job out in front. Alex is closely following for the moment. Barely 5 minutes of this race gone now. There sets to be an enthralling championship again. Martin B and Alex fighting toe to toe for the best part of it, and not forgetting some very quick drivers. These 3 behind in particular, Flapjack, Cusker and Drsl, all very capable of race wins in Tier 1. But at the moment, Martin B doing a stellar job out in front. Alex trying to keep the pressure on as much as possible. Little bit of a gap back to third place Flapjack. No, 3rd, 4th and 5th can't afford to get in too much of a battle. Could end up losing sight of the top 2. As it looks like Mercer's starting to close the gap up to Rocker now. So Mercer starting 8th on the grid, chasing down Rocker in 6th place. Rocker starting at the back today from 12th. Obviously, the man has made the most places up today, but is running well in that 6th place at the moment. So may well have just had a bad quali. He does seem to have a good bit of pace. 155.6, 155.2 from Mercer, just under half a second quicker on that last lap. 154.5 from Speed 140. So Speed 140 definitely has some pace today. Just obviously very difficult break away from fights in these cars. Mangino running in 9th now. He's got Merck back up into 10th. So it's an overtake done on Wilco and Sean somewhere on tracks. Wilco running 11th still with Sean down to 12th. So it looks like Flapjack's starting to close up on Alex now, as he goes purple in that sector. So Flapjack the man on the move at the moment. It's a top 3 start of the bunch up. Cusker just about staying in tow, as is Drsl, as Drsler's having a bit of a torrid time with track limits at the moment by the looks of those penalties. And is Alex just running a little bit deep into the hairpin there, gives Flapjack a little bit of a look, but Flapjack's slotting in for now. Be better off trying to get a move done into T1, but obviously Alex still benefiting from the tow of Martin up ahead. But yeah, Flapjack as close as he has been for a while, as the top 5 all start to bunch up again. And this is Flapjack on the inside of the final corner. He's up into 2nd place on the graphic. And just see if Alex slots in, or they're side by side. I don't know who's getting the tow from the car in front, but it looks like Flapjack has done enough here. Alex will have the inside of T1 though. See what Flapjack can do on the outside. He chooses to hang it around, or just chooses, I think he's just going to slot back in now. So Alex doing just about enough to hold on to 2nd place for now. So that might be a little bit of breathing room up front. 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th very, very close together at the moment. Now a little bit further back you got the guys really starting to close up behind Rocker now. So Rocker just feeling the pressure a little bit untidy at the exit of that corner. This might give Mercer a look as he goes to the inside. This long left-hander coming up, but yeah, should be pretty comfortable. Speed 140 takes a little bit of a look as well, senses an opportunity. He's on the curbs though, struggling to get the power down. Rocker holds on to 7th for now, so Speed 140 in 8th. But yeah, Mercer up into 6th place now. See what he can do from there, if he can break away from Rocker. Rocker can put him back under pressure and reclaim that 6th spot. Mangino's a little bit untidy through the chicane there. Some synchronised 360s there from Mangino and Speed 140, but allows Will go back up to 8th. Mr. Sean in 9th, Speed down to 11th place now. Mangino recovering in 12th. Yeah, really strange accident that one. So yeah, back to leader. We'll have a complete run through the grid now. Martin be in 1st place. Alex in 2nd. Flapjack in 3rd, looking like he wants to put Alex under pressure into T1 again. Cusker in 4th, closely followed by Des in 5th. But that is our top 5 runners all on track at the moment. A second or two between a lot of them. MJR Mercer in 6th place, a little bit further back now, having fought through the pack. Has found himself in clean air now. Let's see what he can do from there. Rocker in 7th, seems to pull a bit of a gap to Mr. Sean, as I think Mangino's incident earlier on has given Rocker some breathing room to this battle behind. So you've got Mr. Sean up to 12th now, head of this little group of cars. Wilco back up into 9th place, Merck in 10th, Speed 140 in 11th, and Mangino in 12th. Yeah, shame for Speed 140, he was starting to find some good pace and move up the field. Just got caught out there by an incident in front. So it looks like both cars drove over an oil patch. This is the fight for the top 5, still closely contested. So let's go past the 10-minute mark now. There's some incredible driving from the top guys, but looking at these lap times, 53 to, I think Speed 140 is already setting a 52. Oh, so Drsler's gone purple with a 52.9. Right, yeah, so I'm mistaken there. I thought we had some faster times from some guys, and that's Martin B off the track on the exit of the chicane there. As I'm drifting off and talking nonsense. Martin B makes a rare mistake there, chooses to ditch his penalty through the final corner and drops right to the back, so first to fifth in the matter of seconds there. So we've got Flapjack up in the lead of this race as Flapjack got a move done on Alex in the final corner there and finally gets himself ahead of Alex up into first place now. See how he does, if he can weather the pressure from Alex behind, or he has got a bit more pace on him in clean air, but we'll see. Flapjack up into first place now. Rare mistake there from Martin B, and that could really prove costly, as he's literally gone from a maximum of 30 points from pole and a race win down to 5th place. I think you'll be picking up around 11 points. Oh yeah, huge mistake there from Martin B. So Flapjack out and lead the race, Alex in 2nd place, Jeff Cusker in 3rd, Drsl in 4th, Martin B in 5th. And a little bit further back, MJR Mercer setting personal best, but Rocker is matching him at the moment. So I thought Mercer might have been able to break away. He did qualify quite well today. So I don't know if Rocker had an issue in qualifying. Started at the back of the pack today, but he's running very well at the moment and keeping MJR Mercer under a lot of pressure. And both of these guys pulling away from Merck in 8th place. So Merck's got himself back up to speed. So a 2-minute lap on lap 5. He's lost a chunk of time somewhere. Speed 140s. Back up a few places as well. Again on lap 5 there, 2:03, lost around 10 seconds. We're back into the 1:54s now as we get close to the halfway point of this race. And I think most people on for a one-stopper today, obviously. But just looking at Alex's fuel level, he's still got over half a tank, and really good tyre wear for Alex. The Drift King. That's definitely something Alex has needed to work on to take the fight to Martin B. So I know a few races in the past seasons Alex has had to take an extra stop, and it has cost him results, as Martin B's just managed to stretch out the tyre life a little bit more. Yeah, Martin B just over half a tank as well, so keep an eye on that. But Alex doing really well on the fuel and tyres at the moment. Could very well be setting himself up for no stops today. But, we'll see how that goes. And so Flapjack in the lead at the moment. Alex 2nd place, Cusker in 3rd, Drsl 4th, Martin B in 5th. MJR Mercer still ahead of this fight with Rocker for 6th and 7th. Merck setting some consistent lap times now. He's out in clean air, 1:55s. Same as speed, 1:40 behind. Both those guys just need to keep it consistent. They might well be able to reel Rocker and Mercer back in towards the end of the race. It's, yeah, speed 1:49. Mr. Sean in 10th, Wilco in 11th, Kino in 12th. Coming up to the end of lap 8 now. Flapjack coming round the final hairpin onto the home straight, and we'll see if anyone. Yeah, Flapjack, late decision for Flapjack to dive into that, and Alex does go again. So we've got Flapjack, Cusker and Drsl into the pits, and Martin B goes again as well. Just about half a tank there for Martin. Just needs to manage that fuel really well. But yeah, both of these guys doing a great job on fuel and tyres at the moment, and I think they are committing to a no stopper today. So yeah, really interesting. But we've got Cusker out in 3rd place now, so Cusker taking on a little bit less fuel. Yeah, I think Flapjack's just taken on a bit more fuel than those around him. He's dropped back to 5th place as he comes out of the pits. So yeah, Cusker up into 3rd place now. Drsl still with 4.5 seconds of penalty to contend with until the end of the race, and Flapjack right on his bumper now. MJR Mercer and Rocker both going for another lap. Rocker definitely won't get to the end on that fuel level. Don't think MJR Mercer will either. Speed 140 going for another lap as Bungino gets some overtakes done as Merc comes out of the pits in 10th place now. Mr. Sean in 11th and Wilco in 12th. So a few guys going a lap longer. I think Alex and Martin, the only guys on track at the moment, really set up for going to the end of the race now. So really could get close if this group of 3 cars behind, unless these guys get into battles. And we have got Flapjack up into 4th place now. So yeah, Flapjack gets a move done on Drsl somewhere, up into 4th place. But yeah, these guys can't afford to fight. They've got a bit of a gap to the top 2 now. Obviously, the top 2 not having pitted. Keep an eye on these lap times. So we've got 154 flat from Alex, 154.3 from Martin B. All these guys just coming through to complete their first out lap. It's, yeah, need to really be getting in the low 153s early on. Start to close the gap to the guys behind. We've got Mercer and Rocker in the pits now from what was 6th and 7th. Speed 140 going through for another lap. So Speed 140 going up, moving up to 6th place on track for now. I'm pretty sure he does have to make a pit stop, but MJR Mercer rejoins in 7th, just over half a tank of fuel. Mangino moves up to 8th now, so still going long on this first stint. And Rocker rejoins the race in 9th place, having taken a little bit more fuel on than Mercer, and I think having a little bit less going into the pit, so has lost a second or 2 to Mercer up the road. But Merc has really closed the gap up to his brother behind. So you've got Rocker in 9th and his brother in 10th now. Both these guys out on fresh rubber, good to go to the end of the race. Mr. Sean in 11th and Wilco in 12th. So the only guys yet to pit, obviously Alex and Martin B, who do look pretty set up until the end of the race. As it looks like Flapjack has pulled a gap to Drsl and is starting to close up on Cusker in 3rd place. Flapjack got a lot of pace today. A couple of attempts quicker than Cusker on his PB. But yeah, again, we'll keep an eye on these lap times now to be a little bit more relevant. So mid 154 from Alex, but mid-ish 154 from Martin B. See what kind of pace these guys have behind. 150, 153 flat, 153.2, 153.7. So around a second quicker, there or thereabouts. 10 minutes of this race left to go. They've still got quite a mountain to climb, as the top two are maintaining a very good pace while conserving fuel and tyres. But yeah, see Flapjack just trying to close the gap up in 3rd place, man. Cusker at the moment. Drsl just dropping off the back of these two in 5th place. Still got well over 3 seconds of penalty to ditch. Speed 140 running in a clean air in 6th place. Does have Mercer closing the gap up pretty quickly behind now. There's Mercer out on the fresh rubber and light fuel load, setting his personal best of the race. Mangino just about holding on to him at the moment, setting some good times, but I don't know, he could maybe be able to stretch this out to the end. He's 8th place now. I can't see him wanting to relinquish track position, but we shall see, as he will have Rocker fast approaching very soon. With Merc also, it does look like Merc is starting to close the gap up on his brother now. 159.2, so 159.2. It's an out lap, I believe, so this will be Rocker's first flying lap. But Murkoff has him in his sights now. It's Murkoff setting his personal best at this stage of the race. we've got Speed 140 just coming through the final bend. It's complete lap 11. Mercer is right on his tail now, and Speed 140 does peel off into the pit lane. So Mercer moves back up into 6th place. Mungino going for another lap. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Mung can make this last until the end now. Definitely be a good result considering how his race has gone today. But Rocker in 8th place, be definitely looking to reclaim 7th. Should be faster, 3/10 faster on that last lap, with Mungino ever increasing tyre wear to deal with. But yeah, Rocker finding a little bit of pace as his brother started to pick up the pace behind. Rocker has responded with a personal best. It's Mr. Sean and Wilco battling out for the last top 10 spot. Wilco bravely round the outside of this long left-hander, makes it stick though. Just about keeps it off the grass. That's a good move there, up into 10th place now, Wilco. Mr. Sean down to 11th. Speed 140 rejoins the race in 12th after making his first pit stop of the race. 22 minutes gone now. Alex doing an outstanding job in the lead of the race. Really needs this race win today. Yeah, says to be an enthralling battle between Alex and Martin B. And easily 3 or 4 other drivers who can get amongst the mix. It just seems like that no stop strategy today from the top 2 has been pretty quick. Imagine both guys done a bit of testing pre-race. But yeah, good pace on that strategy, and Cuska's still doing well, holding on to 3rd place as Flapjack's still trying to keep the pressure on. And again, Flapjack as close as he has been on the run down to this chicane. Not quite close enough here to have a look. Just needs a good exit from here. He might get a look into the next heavy braking zone of the hairpin coming up. So flat out right hander coming up. See where Flapjack positions his car, as he does take a little bit of a look on the inside of the hairpin there. I think Cuska not fighting that too much. But yeah, Flapjack up into 3rd place, good move there. Up into the final podium spot. See what Cuska can do from here. There's not far behind this fight now, but still over 3 seconds of penalty to get rid of before the end of the race. MJR Mercer running in clean air in 6th. Does have Mungino behind in 7th, but I think Mungino is on for a no-stopper today now. I think he'll lose. Probably end up rejoining at the back of the pack if he does pit. So might as well try and hang this out. He's in a good track position at the moment. So keep an eye on this lap time from Mung and see how quick Rocker is behind. Rocker and Merc seem to be getting closer together again. Mungino end of lap 13 crosses the line 156.6. So 156.3 from Rocker, 155.7. So yeah, both these guys quicker. A little bit of an untidy lap there from Rocker, I feel. 156.3, having set a 154 before that. Yeah, definitely needs to get a bit more consistency as this race is coming to a close now in the final 5 minutes. So I feel Mungino is there for the taking for maybe both of these drivers. As Mung really holding on to that front right now, especially around corners like that. So doing a good job nevertheless. So Wilco in the final top 10 spot, having dispatched Mr. Sean earlier. Mr. Sean not having a great day today, it's got to be said. Same as Speed 140 behind, not a ideal opening race in Tier 1. So yeah, just caught out on some incidents today. These things happen. We do drop two results, the two worst results out of the 8 rounds raced in the Sunday League. So you can afford to have a couple of bad races, or have, you know, completely miss a race if you're busy. But you do need 6 solid results out of the 8. As there are some very, very competitive drivers in Tier 1 now. Flapjack still holding on to third, hasn't managed to pull a gap to Cusker in fourth. Cusker keeping the pressure on for the moment. Drsl in 5th place. MJ Mercer 6th in very clean air now. Just needs to keep this neat and tidy. Be a good result. Good result for Mercer again today if he can hold on to 6th place. And we have got Mungino down to 9th. Let's take a look back. Oh yeah, just rejoining the action a little bit further back. I think Mungino's had a bit of an untidy chicane there. Hasn't managed to carry a lot of speed through it, and this is Rocker taking a look into the hairpin. Not quite close enough, but yeah, definitely gained around a second within a couple of corners there. So Mungino really starting to struggle this stage of the race with that tyre wear, as he leads these guys into the final chicane. He's run wide on the exit. He's on the grass, just manages to keep the car pointing forward, but this does allow Rocker and Murkoff through into 7th and 8th respectively. Excuse me. So yeah, I did say Mung was going to struggle until the end. It's got Wilco fast approaching in 10th place now as well. As Wilco setting his personal best on the last lap and starting to find a little bit of pace towards the end. But yeah, 159 for Mungino, 154 from Wilco. So maybe just asking a little bit too much of those tyres around Yamagiwa today. Starting to fall back through the pack a little bit. The Speed 140 makes up a place into 11th. Going on to lap 15 as Mr. Sean says. Mr. Sean retakes that 11th place back into the S's. Speed 140 dropping back into 12th place for now. So Alex flashing critical on fuel now. 2 minutes of the race left to go. Definitely very, very similar fuel levels for these two cars. Might be doing a little bit better on the tyres at this stage of the race, but I was saying earlier, definitely a part of Alex's driving that he needed to improve on, and it looks like he certainly has going into season 4. And yeah, still good lap times, low 154 from the race leader. Might be a little bit further back now, but yeah, mid 154 might be. Flapjack still under pressure from Cusker behind. These two guys are closing up to first and second place now, but just under 2 minutes left to go. Just not enough time left in this race, so this would be a battle for the final podium spot now on the last lap. Just under a minute to go. There's a little bit further back. And both of these guys flashing critical on fuel now as well. Flapjack just a little bit better off. Doing a really, really good job holding on to this third position under a lot of pressure from Cusker at the moment. Yeah, Cusker doing enough to hold on to that third place. A little bit untidy on the entry into the chicane, but gets a good exit. Should be just about far enough ahead. Might have to go defensive into the hairpin here. I think he does a little bit. He positions his car on the left, takes the inside of the hairpin. I don't think Kusker's going to find a way round the outside. Tries a little bit of a cutback, but can't quite make it. Anyway, back with the leader of the race, Alex. Looks like he's going to take the checkered flag today. Started second. Really needed that race win. Take the fight to Martin B this season. Martin B having won back-to-back Drivers' Room Sunday League Championships. Alex has come back today and taken the win very convincingly. Great win from Alex. Absolutely faultless start to finish. Customary slide across the line almost. Martin B in second place. Only one mistake from Martin B, but that was enough to relinquish the race win. Flapjack does enough to take the final podium spot in third. Cusker in fourth. Drsl crossing the line in fifth there, just getting rid of some penalties. MJR Mercer, solid race from Mercer today. Best of the rest, so to speak. So yeah, good result. Starting from 8th and finishing in 6th. And it looks like Merck has got ahead of his brother on the final lap. Oh, it's a real shame. Rocker run a really good race today and drops back to 8th place. So Merck taking checkered flag in 7th, Rocker in 8th, Wilco in 9th, Monkino in 10th, Speed 140 11th, Mr. Sean in 12th. Thanks for watching. See you next week.